Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and what is on your screen right now is an official job posting by Visa, yes, that Visa, I don't know of any other Visa, what are you thinking of, for a blockchain engineer, product development and management. And this would be a person to manage their Visa B2B platform, which hasn't really been in the news in a hot minute. It's certainly been a while since I've talked about Visa's B2B platform and on the Moon Lamb channel. It's been a while. But they go on to say it specifically that they are looking for people that have worked on Ripple in the past. And so the way they worded it, and I'll show you along with all the information, but it seems to me that they need to hire this blockchain engineer ASAP, so that hopefully this blockchain engineer could explain to whoever posted this ad the difference between Ripple and XRP. They don't even know that. But yes, they would love to have Ripple employees, no doubt. So good luck getting them. So I'm going to talk about that. I've also got a story about all sorts of companies in the blockchain industry that got all sorts of government funds. Yes, they've gotten their government cheese. Get that government cheese, girl. You deserve it. Or do you? So lots to talk about in this video, but before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, I would certainly appreciate it. It'll help to promote my video to more people, because that's what the YouTube algorithm does in part. I don't know how it works, it's pure sorcery to me, but if you'd be so kind, just know I would appreciate it. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because it don't cost nothing, man. We got the price all right and everything. Hit it up. Alright, so I came across this first story, thanks to All the Way Wait, who retweeted something from Martin Valk, another member of the XRP community, which led to this story right here, titled, it's from Cointest, titled, Consensus, Polychain, Tron, CipherTrace, Blockchain Startups Got $30+ million in the United States PPP bailout loans. And I guess you can call it bailout if you want to. We'll see if they're actually bailouts, because the thing is, with these loans, the government was saying, hello, Mr. Business Owner, you go ahead and take on all of this risk. I mean, I'm a business owner, and I did this myself. Why would I not pass up on government cheese myself? It's so succulent. But, you know, if you want to call it a bailout, super duper, but it's only ultimately going to be a bailout, quote unquote, if it ultimately is covered by the government. But the way it's written up in the first place, it's not like, here's the free money. It's like, here, you take this risk, and then if you meet certain requirements and we deem that you have, then we'll forgive the loan. A little risky, depending on how much money you're taking. It could kind of ruin your business if the government doesn't take care of you. Just saying. So, you know, bailout maybe, not without its risk, though. So let's go. More than 75 companies in the blockchain and cryptocurrency industry collected at least $30 million in payroll loans from the United States government. The U.S. Small Business Administration, SBA for short, published details of its Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP for short, on Monday, revealing a who's who of major and minor firms in the industry. Loan recipients included Zcash developer Electric Coin Company, Ethereum Venture Studio Consensus, and Rainberry Inc., the U.S. entity acquired by Justin Sun's Tron Foundation at the time of its BitTorrent acquisition in 2018. Now, you know who's not on this list? Ripple is not on this list, so, I mean, I guess in theory they could have applied for this and were unaware, and for some reason it's not in this list, if this list just happens to not be comprehensive, but they're nowhere to be found. Perhaps an indication of them not wanting to take any government cheese for whatever internal reasons, perhaps not really necessary, given that they're certainly flush with cash. But given that was the case, it was kind of fun to see some of the names on here. And there's just some of them here I'm sure you've heard of. There's, like, some were just cited there. There was, who else? We saw, Cardano, right? I think it was up top. I think there's some further down. My Ether wallet, I think most people have probably at least heard of that. Then there's exchanges here. I think there's some more interesting ones down the list. And I don't want to go through all of them, because that would be, I mean, you can like pause if you actually want to see what's on my screen here. But even, I think Shapeshift was on here too. Did I not just, yeah, there we go. Crypto exchange Shapeshift received between $1 and $2 million from Signature Bank in April. So it's really all out there right now. Gotta love Shapeshift. So that was something. So All the Way Wait had the following to say about this, and I just thought I'd share it. And so he retweeted again this story from Martin Valk and wrote the following: "Nice find. I thought these were interesting. R3 got a small loan. Thought that was odd. Charles Hoskinson got one for IOHK. The XRP haters at Masari got one. Oh yeah, I didn't want to miss that one. I did see that when I was reading the article earlier today. Yes, Masari, run by Ryan Selkis, who has blocked me on the Twitters, by the way. I'm so offended. He has gotten a loan as well. And then he writes, the Ripple and XRP haters at The Block got one. And then he tagged M. Dudas there, who is part of that machine right there. Then he writes, I'm sorry, let me go a little further. He goes, frankly, this is quite funny. I don't want to hear one bit of complaining about money go burr. I wish I could make that. You know, that's the sound of the money printing machine. That's what it sounds like when I do it. It sounds like there's something medically wrong with me. It's like, because I can't roll my R's. It's okay to make fun of me. Can you do it, though? If so, I'm highly impressed. But he writes, doesn't want to hear one bit of complaining about money go burr or excess printing / bailouts from The Block and Dudas. Ripple is a vastly better company than R3, and all for all the ragging on them. They didn't take a bailout from the government, unlike other companies with Bitcoin and blockchain in their name. It's fine to preach about the evils of government largesse, but when you take a bailout from them, you're a damn hypocrite. The Block one is probably the funniest, and so I thought that was pretty fun to read through. As far as being a hypocrite, if you want to say so, that's fine. I can tell you from my personal perspective as a business owner here, I would be putting myself at a tremendous disadvantage if I wasn't taking advantage of this, despite being against the general concept of this, because the government put us in a position where, like, hey, we're turning the economy off for, like, who knows how long. Months and months and months and months. And if you want to stay solvent, my gosh, some people just legitimately had no choice. So I'm all against, this type of behavior in general, but there's also the whole concept of shutting down the economy, for months on month. And anyway, so I'm not really going to be harsh against anybody that takes that stance personally, or any business that actually took the funds. But conceptually, I'm not exactly on board with this. But the Block one is probably the funniest, he wrote, and that perhaps is true. So next, take a look at this, and here's the headline from You Today, and it's funny they left Ripple out of the headline when they wrote about it, but Visa is looking for blockchain engineers who have worked with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Payment giant Visa is on the lookout for blockchain engineers, according to its recent job posting. The Fortune 500 company that accounts for 53% of all credit card transactions has several open positions in Austin, Texas, and Foster City, California. So, hey, at least, despite all of the pandemic nonsense going on, at least they're hiring, right? There are jobs to be had, even if substantially reduced opportunity, certainly for the time being here. But let's jump into the actual job description itself, and it's lengthy enough that I don't want to read the whole thing. I think that I don't need to do that to get to the point of this. But Visa absolutely acknowledging the importance of blockchain and apparently wanting to, seeking to implement it, or at least if they're going to build out their system the way they're doing it, make sure that they've got a team in place that understands, certainly for their own competitive advantage, what is actually going on with other fintech companies that are moving money around the world in innovative ways. And so here's part of the job description. Visa's commercial payments organization is responsible for managing Visa's B2B payment innovation agenda and initiatives, and the management of strategic partnerships with critical financial institutions. This group is responsible for defining and building the non-card-based payment innovation and product for Visa, Inc. Globally. The five priority verticals the team are focusing on, and then they go on to cite them. I don't think I really need to get too terribly into it, although I do see Hyperledger here. But I guess, I can read at least the top one. Okay, blockchain-based cross-border payment platform. So there you go. Now, when you hear that, do not be alarmed, my fellow XRP community member. Visa? What blockchain cross-border payments? That's what Ripple's trying to do with XRP. It's simmer down now. It's cool, friend. I'm gonna catch you up on this. It's all gonna be good. They are not positioning a cryptocurrency to be used for settlement that has an open market value and is decentralized. This is one of these entities, Visa, that is not seeking to solve a global payment and settlement problem. That is not their goal. They have no interest in it. And I don't have any indication that's frankly going to change. And so the operations, and this isn't intended to be some sort of comprehensive report on Visa B2B, and it's been a while since I've researched it, and so I remember conceptually what it is, but all the specifics, I don't have it all fresh in my mind, but I don't need to make this point. It's not going to matter. They're not seeking to do the same thing. All is well here. But here's the part where they mentioned Ripple. I think it was down... Here we go. We're seeking a strong developer experienced with Ethereum and blockchain architecture to be a part of team tasked with building distributed application. Our ideal candidate has built and released distributed applications, has worked with the Ripple, R3, Ethereum, and or Bitcoin blockchain, and has experience with Solidity. And so again, they're calling this the Ripple blockchain. There is no such thing. There's the XRP blockchain, utilizing distributed ledger technology, but no, there is no Ripple blockchain. And so if you could just hire this guy or gal, whoever it's going to be, super duper fast so they could correct you on that, that would be just swell. Fun times here, though. So, yeah. I thought that was certainly newsworthy. But that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!